They got 3 here now, huh? I haven't really looked at this champ. Nell Blackteeth. Why's her name Blackteeth? She got black teeth? You got black teeth, Nell? What the heck is this? Dude, this is the whitest teeth I've ever seen. Maybe they're black in this form. You know what player needs to add to this champion window? This is free for you, player. This one's free for you. You don't gotta pay me for it. If you click on the ability, she does the ability in the background, so you get to see what it looks like. You're welcome. Player him. Just like that. Alright, let's look at this girl. Attacks one enemy, steals 10% of the target's turn meter, steals an additional 5% turn meter for each debuff on the enemy. Also has a 75% chance of placing a true fear debuff for 1 turn. Attack base. Ignore, that's a 75% on A1, and she booked, ignores 15%. A2 steals all buffs from all enemies, decreases each target's turn meter by 10%, decreases each target's turn meter by an additional 5% for each debuff on them. Also instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies, then places a sleep debuff. I thought that said sheep. Then places a sleep debuff for 1 turn on all enemies without poison debuffs. AoE attacks, places a 60% decreased defense debuff and a 25% weakened debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. That books down to 3. That obviously books down to 3. Okay, there's the poisons. Whenever an enemy receives a buff, heal, or have their turn meter increase, places a 5% poison debuff on the enemy for 2 turns. Will ignore block debuffs. Increases this champ's turn meter by 5% for each poison debuff placed. I have to go look at a blessing here in a second. Alright, here's Nell Blacktheeth. Second form, still attack based. Attacks one enemy 4 times. Each hit will ignore 30% of the target's defense. Whoa. Each hit will also decrease the target's max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted. If the target is not a boss, also places a shield buff on this champ equal to 25%. Why is that conditional a boss? That's weird. The A2 attacks one enemy 2 times, deals 100% more damage to enemies under a stun, sleep, freeze, provoke, fear, true fear, petrification. I mean, obviously the major ones there are freeze and petrification, because it stinks when you're not doing damage into those abilities, or to those debuffs. If the target is killed, instantly activates Feast of Terror skill. I would imagine that's the A3. Here we go. A3, Feast of Terror. Attacks all enemies. Places a true fear debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked by enemies with 50% HP or less. My headset hit the mic, sorry. God. Whenever this champ kills an enemy using an active skill, grants this champ an extra turn. Each debuff placed by this champ in either form. Either form. Why is that F capitalized? Increases this champion's HP, attack, and defense by 2%, stacks up to 50. Speed by 2, stacks up to 50. Oh, it swaps between forms. So you're faster in the second form and more HP attack and defense in the first form. Accuracy in arena. Okay, well here's the obvious problem, right? Dude, poisons are coming out like not like hotcakes. You go into a speed team, hotcakes. Which means polymorph. So you have to run a 9-piece intercept on her? It's just 1 poison per buff? Like say it's Siffy, it's not 3? This character looks like Cleopatra when the person feeding her grapes. In this form, yeah. Okay, scored. First form puts up poison, this one just poison. It's 1 poison. 1 poison. Okay. Well, wow, 20 people have her already. Let's look at that poison blessing. Increases the damage received from poison debuffs placed by this champ in arena. Now, here's the thing, right? HP burns don't care about stone skin. And, in fact, they do more damage to stone skin. Poisons don't do that. Will ignore 35% of each target's resist when placing poison debuffs on enemy champions in the arena. Will ignore 35%. I just read that. So it puts the total up here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Increases the damage enemies receive from poisons by 200%. I thought poison had really fallen out of use and is only really hard dragon plus a poison ice golem normal. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's like the point. Like, so this champ is obviously created. Thank you for the segue, Linda. Obviously geared towards arena, right? I mean, her aura is accuracy in arena. Why on earth would you take poisons instead of HP burn? Like maybe into a Siffy, Shuzen, Speedy, Buffy type of comp, and like you can get 4 poisons on them before like anything happens. And before they take their turn, that's 200% poison. damage, and maybe you kill the... Maybe the nukers die before they even take a turn, if they don't have stone skin on. Could that be a play? I think that'd be the only way you could use her, and it'd have to be a 9-piece intercept. I don't know any other way to use her. And where else would you use her? Poisons stink. You can't bring poisons to Hydra. You can't. You really don't want to use. I mean, you could use poison to Clan Boss or Demon Lord, but who cares about Demon Lord? Yeah, and then Dragon Hard mode. Like, who cares about who cares about a mythical and Dragon Hard mode? No one's gonna use a mythical and Dragon Hard mode. What are people saying about her? What are the 20 users saying about her? Where's the arena one? Arena offense 4.8, arena defense 4.8. That doesn't really help. Did anyone put a video out on her? They get her on the test server?